Hello and welcome to my weekly blog post. My name is John Whitehead. I'm an executive and leadership coach. Last week, I started a conversation around what is called social styles by Traycom. And I briefly described the four basic behavioral styles that they've identified. The first being the driving style, the second being the expressive style, the third being the amiable style, and the fourth being the analytical style. And last week I talked a little bit about the expressive style, mostly because it's my own personal style, and I thought that'd be a good place to start and to pick on the poor expressives, who are the impulsive ones and the ones that love to show their emotions and let the emotions get away from each other. Today I want to focus on one of the others, which is similar to the expressive in that they are both styles that focus on people rather than tasks. And that is the amiable style. So you have the expressives on one quadrant and you have the amiables beside them in the other quadrant. Now the interesting difference between the expressives and amiables is in terms of what their assertiveness is. The expressives tend to move fast. They have a tell assertiveness. In fact, they often say things in a telling way. The amiables, on the other hand, are a little bit more slower. They seem as more thoughtful, and they will say things in an asking way. So if you think about that for a minute, think about somebody. When they come and talk to you or you're having a conversation with them, do they kind of say things in a telling way that they know all about it? Or do they say things in sort of an asking way, like asking more questions and asking for reassurances? That's the basic difference between those two styles, but they're both focused on people. And what I mean by that, it's being seen and heard is very important to both those, but for two different reasons. If you remember, I said the expressive last week, it's about personal attention. They want to be rewarded, and I showed you pictures of all my certificates and plaques. The amiables, on the other hand, they do it because they want to generate a feeling of team. They want to be part of a team. Relationships are really important for them. So whereas the expressive, it's about them and them alone, for the amiables, it's about the team and the group. So that's really important for the amiables. One way you can, amiables often are seen as supportive. They're seen as dependable, and they're also seen as open. However, they can also be described as being pliable. And what I mean by that is they tend to agree. So if you know somebody that says, oh yeah, no, whatever you want to do, that's fine with me, that's a sign that they may be an amiable. And one of the challenges for amiables then is they have to make a decision. Sometimes they have to make a decision that could hurt other people's feelings and that could rock the boat. And so for amiables, one of their growth areas is to learn to make a decision, even if it could hurt somebody else's feeling. Rather than an expressive who doesn't, maybe has an issue, difficulty challenging people because they want to be liked. With the amiables, they want to be part of the team. They don't want to be ostracized from the team, if you will. So that's one of the challenges with an amiable. If you're in a leadership role, and you're an amiable, one of the things to remember is there are times you have to step out of your comfort zone and you have to make those decisions that have the potential to hurt other people. So, for example, if I'm coaching somebody who's an amiable, who's in a leadership role, one of the things that I have them work on is the idea of, and I get them to find the solution for themselves, whatever that solution may be. But one of the solutions, for example, one of my clients came up with was wearing a different hat. They knew that when they had to make a difficult decision, they'd put on their manager's hat. And in fact, some people that I've talked to will actually verbalize it by saying, my role requires me to do X, Y, Z. My role as your manager is requiring me to do this. And that allows them to step outside their comfort zone. So that's a very quick overview of the amiable style. Next week, I'll talk about one of the other remaining four styles. So in the meantime, I hope you have a great week. And if you have any comments or ideas or thoughts, please put them in the comment line below, and we'll talk to you again next week. Thank you very much.